Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna do a little get ready with me. I just filmed myself redoing my hair with my overtone pink for brown hair. I filmed it for you guys so you can see the process, but this is like freshly washed, freshly dried. I do it kind of ombre style, but I went higher than I normally do. And I love it. I'm obsessed with it. I love having pink hair. It's like my favorite thing. But today we're gonna do a little get ready with me. We're going to, really the point of this video is to again try the Natasha Denona Biba palette. So I bought this palette, if you guys remember, I kind of splurged for my birthday. This is what it looks like. And I tried it after I cleaned my brushes with the Sonia Kashuk brush cleaner, and it like did not apply well. I did not like the way that it applied, and so I want to try it again and see what I think of it now. I did just put my skincare on, but I'm gonna put a couple drops of the Smashbox Photo Finish Prime Oil on, just because I'm gonna kind of do that. I don't want to rub right now really hard because I did just put my skincare on. So that's what I'm gonna do. Do that, and then I'm going to do my brows real quick, let that primer oil soak in, and we'll be right back and we'll do a little get ready with me today. I'm going to put on a little MAC Soft Ochre paint pot, and I'm just gonna use my finger. Just melt in nicely. And you guys are gonna have to ignore my brows, and you're gonna pretend like you don't see them because I have not plucked them in so long. And it's because I cannot find my tweezers. And yes, I haven't made a massive effort to find them. We're in quarantine, we're not going anywhere else. But I am putting videos out online, so I really should take the time to do it. So this weekend, I really am gonna try to find my tweezers. And then let's zoom in and we're gonna, oh wait, no. Should we do the face first? Or the eyes first? Well, I was kinda gonna do the eyes first. Let's just do it. We've got the Natasha Denona Biba palette on hand. This shade I know is just gorgeous right here. This is what it looks like. It's a neutrals palette. It's really pretty. It doesn't have a ton of shimmers, but it has enough. It has a really good combo of shimmers and mattes, and you guys, I was really excited about this palette, and so I was really disappointed when it didn't blend well for me. So I want to try it again with brushes that are not cleaned with brush cleaner right away, because I'm wondering if that was part of the problem. So I'm going to go in with, this is a Luxie 205 tapered blending brush. I'm going to go into Freckle, which is this one right here. It's kind of a good like base transition color. And I'm going to start this in the outer corner. They are so soft. There's a lot of like pan kick up for sure. They're really pigmented. Ooh, mama. It's definitely blending better than it did the last time. Oh yeah, that's blending really nicely. Okay, so I think it did have to do with brush cleaner. I'm gonna take that, what's left, kind of through the crease. We're gonna do a really simple eye look today. Nothing kind of crazy. Gonna build up the color a little more on the outer thing. Okay, that is really beautiful, the way that that blends. Okay, I'm happy to know that I didn't spend this much money on something that was crap. I was really scared of that. All right, so what should we talk about today? I was thinking this morning of things that I've learned in quarantine. So I think the first thing, this is gonna be like duh to everybody, I think, but is to just not, we can't take any of the little things for granted. I've definitely been learning what I really did take for granted. The ability to like go out to stores, things that are just second nature to us that we really don't think about day to day. Now seem like luxuries to be able to do that. So, you know, being able to give someone a hug. Oh, you know, like a friend, I'm a massive hugger. Like when I meet people, I hug them. I've always been like that. I love being like that. I like that connection with other people. So hugs, feeling grateful for all the little things. Gosh, I have just felt immense amounts of gratitude in the last few weeks and since we've been in quarantine for everything. Like I open my, I'm gonna go into Tusk and just blend out the edges. Same brush. It's just a lighter color. It'll just help me out here. But I open the fridge every day and I'm just so grateful for the food in our refrigerator. and the toilet paper that we have and the paper towels. And I mean, there are a lot of jokes being made and like memes about like Throwback Thursday to when there were toilet paper on the shelves and stuff, but I literally cannot wait to go into a store and see rows of toilet paper. And just, I don't know, just all the little things like that we are able to do day to day that now just feel really like luxurious to be able to do those things. Go out to stores. I'm gonna take a little bit of Buff, which is this kind of light, it's like the same shade level as Freckle, but it's got a pink undertone, and I'm just gonna put this in the center toward the lash line and then blend it back towards the crease as well, or the outer third. Let's just put it all over the lid. We'll just do that. So anyway, so things I've learned: be grateful for everything and don't take things for granted. Absolutely, 1000%. Another thing, my daughter sees everything. She is 16 months old and she watches us like hawks because she has been, and you know, we know that, but she has been imitating us more and more. And so I'm just being a lot more mindful of things that I say, what I do. Another thing that I have learned in quarantine is that I really like my husband, and that's not something that I've learned, that's something that I always knew, but it's just been reinforced. I feel, again, it's like it goes back to that gratitude. I just feel so much gratitude for it because, you know, that's not the case for everybody. And like we've always, you know, really gotten along and like liked each other a lot. But I just really like him. I love having him home. He loves working from home. I'm just taking a clean blending brush, and we've just been having a lot of good family time. And I've also learned that that family time is essential, and it should not go on the back burner. It shouldn't be the last thought, you know. My priorities are definitely switching up. I've also learned that I am really into graphic design, and fun fact, I think it's like I really love doing it, so I'm taking a course in it right now and just learning. I do love to learn. I've always known that. Another thing I've learned, something you can do with kids in quarantine, audiobooks. And I mean like little kids, like I'm able to still learn while I hang out with her is kind of what I'm saying. So I can like play audiobooks while I'm playing with her and be learning and growing and working on that. I'm gonna go into, what does that look like? Huh. Alright, well that's the shade Tone. It kind of does look like a toning color. It's a little bit cool toned. I'm going to go into Monroe, which is like the shimmer, with my finger. And I'm going to pat this on the lid. Now this color is unbelievable. It's gorgeous. I was super drawn to it when I saw the palette. I mean, saw it in person for the first time. I don't think any of these palettes look amazing online, but when you swatch them, there is like a distinct difference in texture and formula. What else have I learned in quarantine? Outside time is critical, like getting outside. Also, talking, catching up with friends has actually been easier in quarantine because everyone is slowing down. Another thing I've learned, slowing down, which I already do because I meditate a lot, but even just day to day, you know, when I'm not thinking about as much, slowing down is so important. I do really love that color. You know what though? This palette does not wow me. It just doesn't. I mean, that's pretty, but it's not like amazing. That color, you know, on the lid, when you swatch it, it's like really beautiful, and it is really smooth and creamy, but it's not blowing me out of the water. I'm gonna take a little bit of Rustic, which is like a deeper gold shimmer. I'm gonna put this on the outer and kind of blend it in over top of that color. Now I like that duo. That makes me feel like it's a little more special, but I'm not wowed by this palette. I would say don't spend your money on it. I wouldn't buy it again. If I didn't already own it, I wouldn't buy it again. Now that I own it, I'm gonna use it, and I think the transition colors are really beautiful, but I like this one better. I do. The ColourPop Bare Necessities palette, I like this one better. The mattes blend just as well, and guys, it ain't worth it. It is not worth it. It's just not. I'm gonna put my concealer on. Pretty vulgar. This is the Undercover in Little White Lies. I love this concealer. It is like a holy grail, and I've been doing concealer before my foundation recently and also really loving that. What else have I learned in quarantine? Just authentic connection can happen online, you know? And okay, so that's not something I've learned. That's something that's been reinforced. I like build businesses around that. Like I've been building online businesses for years, since 2014. And so I know that and I see that, but I like that other people are seeing that and connecting it. And I think other people are really learning and internalizing that. And it's almost the connection, like I said, it's almost been like more consistent and easier to keep up with people this way, because there is FaceTime, there is online, and everybody's not running around doing. We're all at home. And so there have been more like friend happy hours. Tim has seen some friends that live like across the country. We've had some happy hours with them and their girlfriends and stuff. And I mean, I hadn't even seen their faces in years, you know, because we don't think about doing that when we're like hanging out with our friends that we see. So I think that this has really connected us with people that we haven't connected with face to face in a while, because everybody's craving that, and we're realizing that we can do that online, even though we've known that. We know the capabilities of technology. Like we know we can pick up the phone and FaceTime somebody. We just don't. So I think that people are doing that and seeing that more, and I think that's really cool. And I definitely have connected with people that I hadn't in a while. My camera card was full. I had to just change that. I just used the Fenty foundation. This is the Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear in 185, and we're gonna do lower lash line, and then and I think with foundation on, I like the look even more for sure, but I just still, you guys, do not think that this is worth it. And I think the last thing I was saying was that it's just cool that we can connect with each other, you know, online, and I think people are really realizing it and leaning into it, like actually doing it. This is a ColourPop E18 brush, and I'm just bringing that shade Freckle, the first shade we use, underneath the lash line, and I really like, okay, these mattes do blend out really well, and there's a lot of pigment, but not a lot of fallout. Okay, I am finding with more makeup on that this look is really pretty, but I still don't think you need it. Definitely don't need it. But what's crazy in this, I keep thinking about this, is just, and I didn't powder my skin yet, just in case I had any fallout or something, and I could just easily fix that. But I can't stop thinking about how long this is gonna go on for. Well, I guess I've just recently been thinking about it the last couple of days, because like sports and just all that, and I just don't think that's gonna happen anywhere near soon. It's just not, because we have to have like a vaccine before we can move forward and have everything be normal. It's kind of crazy. I'm gonna go into buff, that kind of pinkish color, and just go on top of it just a little. I like that like nice smoky lash line. All right, I'm gonna curl my lashes and add a touch of mascara, my Clinique mascara. I'm not gonna do any inner corner or anything like that. I do like this look. It's a pretty everyday look for sure. All right, I'm not gonna powder the skin today. I'm just gonna use my e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer and bronze it up a little. So what else have I learned in quarantine? That's what we were talking about. I feel like I gave you guys a lot of things that I've learned so far. I've definitely learned not to like watch all the news, which I already don't watch the news because I'm an empath and I am highly sensitive person. And so it feels like it's happening directly to me when I watch those things, and it's hard for me to separate myself from it. It makes me feel really sad, depressed, anxious. Like I don't do well. I don't watch a lot of that. Tim fills me in, and I look up the stats like online. So you can do that on the website, CDC and all that. But I still don't look at that very often, because like, what does it do for me? It's good to be informed, but it doesn't help me. It doesn't do anything for me. Like it's not really serving me when I do that a lot. I love this bronzer. It's such a pretty color. It's like the perfect bronzer. All right, little Heaven's Glow Magic Hour. All right, and I'm gonna do a little Benefit cookie. So I think those are the main things that I wanted to touch on. I'm curious to see, like, are you picking up any new hobbies? Are you learning any new things? like, what do you, Tim and I were talking about just like our goals for quarantine, basically, like what we can do and learn and things like that. And I think you should make those and fill me in on them below, because that was fun to talk about, and just to like focus our energy and our attention and keep each other accountable too. That always helps. A little Kokie Cosmetics Warm Nude. It's so creamy. All right, I'm gonna leave that as the lip today. So this is the finished look, you guys, and those are the things that I've learned in quarantine. I was originally like 5 things I've learned in quarantine, but I have no idea how many that I gave you. I just hope you enjoyed this video. If you have recommendations, things you want me to talk about, please put them down below so that I know. I love you guys so much. Have a great day, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah. Bye.